Hello everyone. In this video, we'll discuss about the process state. A process is a program in execution. It includes the program code, its current activities, and the value of program counter. The content of the process are registers and the variables. A process includes a stack which contains temporary data such as function parameters, return address, and local variables, and the data section that contains global variables. Significance are like resource allocations, process management, isolation, and concurrency. The operating system allocates resources like CPU, time, memory, space, files, and input-output devices to processors as they need them. Process management, it ensures that the processes are executed smoothly. Concurrency, multiple processes can run concurrently, improving the utilization of CPU and other resources. Isolation processes are isolated from one another, which improves the security and stability. If one processor crashes, it does not affect the other. The process state, which is difficult and which is different for the Windows process state and for the Linux as well. In the Windows process state, ready, the process is set to run and await the CPU availability. Running, the process is actively being executed by the CPU. Waiting or blocked, the process is paused, and the occurrence of the external event like input output operation completion and terminated, the process has completed execution and is being removed from the process table. Transition in Windows, this state indicates the process is in the mid state of being swapped into or out of the memory. Linux process state, run, the process either running or ready to run. Sleep, the process is waiting for an event to complete such as input output. Uninterruptible, the process can be interrupted by the signals. Uninterruptible, the process cannot be interrupted, usually waiting for input output. Stopped, the process has been stopped typically by receiving a signal. Zombie, the process has completed execution but is its entry still exists in the process table to hold its exist status. Ideal state used for kernel threads to indicate that they are waiting without the ongoing resources. Dead, the process is in the process of being removed from the system. So this is the process state. So we can see the created, ready, running, terminated, and waiting. So once it is created, it is gone to the next step for the ready and running, and it goes to the terminated, and which is the next step is for the exit. And if it is in the process of waiting, it goes from running to the waiting and ready, and this is like a cycle. The process state in Windows and Linux, a new in the window process state, the process is being created, ready, the process is waiting for CPU allocation. Running, the process is executed on the CPU. Waiting is nothing but the process is not able to run until some event occurs. Terminated, process has finished execution. Transition, process is in the middle of the being swapped in or out of the memory. Linux process state, there are like running, sleeping, interruptible, uninterruptible, stop, zombie, idle, and dead. So these are the things which have we have discussed in the above slide as well. So where the running is a process either running or ready to run. Sleeping is waiting for some event to complete. Interruptible, which cannot be woken up by the signals. Uninterruptible, waiting for the hardware condition, cannot be interrupted. Stopped, process execution is stopped. Zombie is nothing but it is a state has not been which is the parent source used for kernel threads, indicating they are waiting without the consuming resources. Dead, the process is in the process of being removed from the system. Transition between the process states, new, ready, the condition, the process has been created and is ready to be executed. So this occurs after the operating system has performed necessary initializations. Ready and running, the condition, the scheduler selects the process for execution. This is triggered by the process scheduler when the CPU becomes available. Running and waiting, the condition, the process needs to wait for an event such as input output completion or a signal. This transition occurs when the process requests a resource that is not immediately available. Ready and running, the condition, this transition happens when the process is permitted, usually due to its time slice expiring or a high priority process needing the CPU. It is initiated by the process scheduler. waiting and ready. The condition this transition occurs when the event the process was waiting for a transition to be happen, and it happens when the resources the process need becomes available, running and terminated. This transition happens when the process completes its execution. It occurs when the process finishes its final operations and the last incoming source or else the call waiting terminated. The process is forcefully terminated while waiting for an event. This could be due to an error or an external termination request. New terminated. The condition is occurred when the process is terminated during its creation phase, typically due to error or resource constraints. Thank you. So in this video, we have discussed about the transition between the process states, the different process states for the Windows and the Linux as well, and we have discussed about diagram of the process state as well, and we have discussed about significance of the process. So in the upcoming video, we'll discuss about more in detail about the process. Thank you so much.